Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Monday. Welcome back. I hope your week is off to a great start. In today's video, I want to do a perimenopause update. I will try to be as brief as possible in this video, but I do kind of tend to get a little bit chatty, so please bear with me. But I definitely have some updates for you guys, so I wanted to share them just because I've been sharing this journey here. And I know a lot of you are kind of in the same boat as me, so I hope that these videos encourage you to reach out to your physician if you haven't done so already. That's something that I have been working on for a little while here. So yeah, I will go ahead and list and link some of my previous perimenopause updates in the description box below this video. I don't necessarily want to go through like the whole history of it. I will just do kind of a brief synopsis here in the beginning, but I definitely encourage you to check out some of those other videos if you haven't seen them yet, and you are also struggling with this. So I'm 45 years old. That is, it's definitely within the range for perimenopause symptoms to begin. I would say that I probably started noticing in earnest quite a number of changes in my body over the last couple of years, and they have just progressively gotten to the point where I actually reached out to my doctor and started talking to her about potentially starting HRT. So that was kind of where I was at with my last update, was trying to get going on HRT. I am still taking the Paxil that my doctor prescribed for me. Initially, she actually prescribed that not for mental health reasons, but Paxil has been used by a number of physicians, I guess, according to her, pretty successfully to treat a number of perimenopause symptoms. I am on the minimum therapeutic dose for Paxil, and I've been on that since the very beginning of October, so it's been a few months now. I am still taking the Paxil. I will tell you that it really had no effect on my perimenopause symptoms at all. I didn't feel any relief whatsoever, which is why I went back to my doctor and asked her about HRT. So, but I'm still taking the Paxil at this time because I was dealing with some depression. I have dealt with depression on and off probably most of my life. I have treated it in the past with medication. I have also treated it with therapy. Honestly, the medications that I was on in the past, I didn't really care for them. I was a little bit hesitant to begin Paxil, but honestly, that has been a really great medication for just my brain, my serotonin levels. I feel so much more even keel, even on just that 10 milligram dose that she has me on. It has really sort of leveled things out for me and gotten me back to a point where I can use the coping skills that I learned when I was in therapy to be able to, just get through the day a little bit easier. So the Paxil is, it was kind of a godsend for that, if you will. I'm taking it every single day, just that minimum therapeutic dose, and I'm going to keep on it for the time being because I'm feeling really good in terms of my mental health. So also I am still taking iron. One of the other symptoms that I had with my perimenopause situation was that I was losing my hair, and I was losing it very fast, and I was losing a lot of it. And as someone with fine, thin hair, that really scared me. So I did have a bunch of blood work done with my doctor, and pretty much everything came back normal. My thyroid is normal. Like everything else that she checked was normal, with the exception of me having extremely low iron levels. And I mean to the point where she actually called me the day that she received the results, and she was like, we need to get you on an iron supplement ASAP. You need to get your iron levels back up. That is probably a major contributor to your hair loss. So if you are dealing with hair loss, you need to go get some blood work done. You have to figure out what the underlying symptom is. I'm doing a lot of things to help me regrow my hair now, and it's regrowing, and I am no longer losing hair. But for me, that root cause was a combination of probably the perimenopause and pretty severely low iron levels. So I was not able to take the prescription iron that she prescribed for me. I took it for a few days. It was really hard on my stomach. It made a lot of things difficult for me. Just to go back to why I had the low iron levels here just for a second, one of the symptoms that I have with my perimenopause is that my periods are so heavy. I've never dealt with that in the past before, but they are like, I lose a ton of blood. I also have another condition that I'm actually having surgery for that has caused some bleeding concerns for me as well. So I am having that addressed in February. So I'm addressing the root cause of those low iron numbers that I was dealing with. But I was not able to take that prescription iron pill that she gave me. So I started looking around for a gentle iron, and the one that I have been taking ever since October that I absolutely adore, that is so easy on my stomach. It doesn't this doesn't make you constipated or anything like that. This is the best, and it's quite affordable. This is the Thorne Ferrosorb. This is a bioavailable iron with some essential nutrients. So in here, you're also getting vitamin C, vitamin B6, folate, vitamin B12 on top of the iron. I actually started out with just the regular Thorne iron pills, and I was doubling up on the dose. I also do take my iron with a liposomal vitamin C every single morning because that helps the iron to absorb into your blood much easier. So if you have struggled finding an iron pill to build your iron stores again, I'm gonna link this down below in the description box. It gets amazing reviews. I just buy it off of Amazon, and it's quite affordable, and it's so much easier on my stomach, you guys. If you are struggling with your prescription iron pills, I'm telling you, it's been a breeze to take, and I absolutely adore this product. So yeah, but again, you need to figure out what the root cause of your different deficiencies are, and then obviously work with your doctor. My doctor did approve these after I told her that the iron that she prescribed wasn't really doing it for me. So she said she looked over the ingredients of this one and said, that is great, take that and you'll be good to go. So my iron levels, I feel like, have definitely come back. I have significantly more energy now, and like I said, my hair loss stopped. So that's a really good thing. But the main update that I wanted to give you guys in this video is that because the Paxil really didn't do anything for me in terms of helping me with a lot of the perimenopause symptoms, so issues like hot flashes, not being able to sleep, the heavier periods, it was just like everything seemed to be just going wrong in my body all the time. And what we were doing to treat the symptoms really wasn't making me feel a whole lot better in that department. So my doctor said, we will put you on HRT if that's what you really want. She's a little hesitant to put me on it when I'm 45. She doesn't have a problem with HRT. In fact, she prescribes it for a lot of her patients, but she prefers patients to be a little bit further along in their perimenopause years before starting HRT. I do understand why she does that. Every doctor, I think, kind of has a slightly different approach to it. I respect her. She's very knowledgeable, and I love the fact that she listens to me, so I'm also willing to listen to her. But she said that because, I really wasn't getting any relief from the other stuff, that she would go ahead and prescribe the HRT once I had a mammogram done. So mammograms, I think you're technically supposed to start them at 40, but with my insurance, they said start them at 45. I haven't really had a history of breast cancer in my family. So, you know, my doctor had told me that it was fine to start them at 45, and I turned 45 this past November. So I knew that I was due for one anyway. So I was like, great, I'll get that scheduled. I went for my mammogram, and immediately the next day in the morning, I got a phone call from the hospital that I had the mammogram done saying that I needed to return because they found a lump in my left breast. So I have had a breast reduction, and I didn't immediately think, oh, I have cancer. Like, that wasn't like the first thing that entered my mind. Certainly there's always, you know, that fear in the back of your mind when you hear that. But knowing that I've had a breast reduction definitely made me think, yeah. I kind of knew this was going to cause problems for me at one point in the future. The breast reduction was worth having. I do not regret it, but I knew it could potentially cause some issues in the future in terms of mammograms, because the doctor that did my surgery, the plastic surgeon that did it, told me that there could be some problems in the future with, you know, scar tissue. You know, she removed a lot of tissue from me, and then she kind of, you know, like put everything else back together. And so there's, you know, there's probably some lumps in there, but it's not necessarily cancerous. So I went, and so I got the call on a Friday. They wanted me to come in on like Monday morning. I was in there, I think I was their first appointment because it was like at 7:30 in the morning. So I got there, they performed an ultrasound, and I definitely saw what they found on the mammogram on the screen. The technician was nice enough to like turn everything towards me, and as she was doing the scan, she was saying, okay, there it is. I'm just gonna take some pictures of it. And it's funny because until she was like pressing on the area where it was at, like I had never felt that lump before. But the type of pressure that she put on there, I was like, oh, I can feel that. Like I can feel what you are scanning right now. So she went ahead and took the scans and talked to the radiologist that was on staff. He came in and, you know, was like, I know that you've had a breast reduction, and honestly, what I'm seeing here, I am 99% sure that this is just simply scar tissue from your reduction, but we cannot be 100% about that. So what I would like to do, what I'm prescribing, is 2 years of ultrasounds every 6 months. And then after that, if there is no change in that lump that's in there, then we can consider that lump completely benign. Also, I will still, on top of those ultrasounds, have my yearly mammograms. So, you know, at first I was like, okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's nothing. And so I walked out, but as I was walking out to my car, I suddenly was like, oh, she's not gonna put me on HRT. And my heart kind of sank. Honestly, I felt a little sad in that moment because I was like, I just want relief. I want relief from all of these symptoms. And like in my heart, for whatever reason, I just feel like, you know, replacing those hormones that are failing in my body, very clearly failing in my body right now, would be such a game changer for me. And the thought of having to wait 2 years to get some relief suddenly made me really, really sad. So I got home, and I knew that she was going to be contacting me because the radiologist said that he was going to be in contact with my doctor that same day to give her all the information, and then, you know, like we would take it from there essentially. So my doctor called me, and the first thing she said was, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to give you HRT. We can talk about HRT again when you're 47 after you've had the 2 years worth of scans, but I'm just not comfortable prescribing that for you at this time. And I got kind of quiet, and she was like, I know you're probably really sad about that. And I was like, honestly, I kind of feel devastated. Like, I want to feel normal. I just want to feel like myself again. And so she was like, okay, listen, All right, sorry about that little interruption there. Where was I? So she was telling me that I was not going to be able to be on HRT, and I got sad. I was definitely bummed, and I think she could tell. And then she was like, listen, there are other medications that we can try to treat the symptoms. And she started listing off other antidepressants. And then I just kind of told her, I was like, honestly, I don't want to be on any additional antidepressants. I really appreciate that you put me on the Paxil, and my brain feels great on Paxil. But in the past, some of these other antidepressants that she was mentioning, I have been on them and I did not have good experiences with them. And I said, I don't want that. Like, if I have to wait 2 years, I guess I'll wait the 2 years. And I've been toughing it out for a while here, so I'm going to continue to tough it out. And she was like, well, all right. So typically with the insurance plan that you have, like the game plan is just the 2 years worth of ultrasounds, but I'm going to put in a referral for you to an oncology clinic, and you can go have a biopsy done. And she said that if that biopsy comes back negative, then I can, first of all, skip the 2 years worth of ultrasounds. I will still do my yearly mammograms per usual, but I won't have to do the ultrasounds for 2 years. And if it's benign, then I can begin HRT. So at this point in time, that's where I'm at. I have the referral. I'm waiting for the clinic to contact me for an appointment, and I'm gonna go have a biopsy done on the lump, which again, I really think is just scar tissue from my surgery. So I anticipate that it might take me a few more weeks to get into that appointment. I feel like all of the referrals that I've received have been, it's taken me a while to get all of these appointments. I don't know if like everyone is just super busy right now, but like it takes such a long time to get these dang appointments. So, but I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna get that biopsy, and then at that point, we'll see where we're at, and hopefully I can, fingers crossed, get on HRT and hopefully see some relief. Now, it could be that HRT doesn't do anything. I feel like the vast majority of people who are on it are like, oh, it's such a relief. I just feel so much better. And that's really kind of what I'm craving, right? Like, I want to feel as good as all of these other women do who have had the opportunity to try this particular treatment, and I just really look forward to that. So yeah, you guys, that's where I'm at. So I'm gonna wait for that clinic to call me. I'm gonna go to that appointment. I'm gonna have that biopsy, and then I will update you guys after that. But I'm still feeling very hopeful. I feel very positive. I have a good outlook. I think that if I start to let myself get really frustrated with a lot of these symptoms that I'm feeling, it's just gonna drag me back down. And because I feel so much better mentally, I just don't want that to happen, right? Like, I just kind of want to ride this normal brainwave that I'm feeling right now. So I'm gonna have a good outlook. I'm gonna have a positive outlook, and I'm just gonna keep pushing along and doing the things that I need to do. And listen, if it's not benign, then we will address that. But based on what the radiologist said, based on what the plastic surgeon said when I had the surgery back in 2013, I really think that that's what's happening here. So, but the biopsy will confirm it. So fingers crossed it's nothing, and from there we will go. So anyway, that's just the update for you guys right now. I would love to know where you are at in your journey, so feel free to share your experience down below. I have definitely found it so comforting to read the comments on this video series. Some of you have also messaged me privately over on Instagram and have shared your stories with me. And it just makes me feel like I'm not alone. And I just want all of you to know that you're not alone. it can be incredibly frustrating to get to a certain age and suddenly feel like your body is just falling apart on you. But there are things that you can do to improve the way that you feel, but you have to advocate for yourself, right? Like if your doctor is not listening to you, find a new doctor. I know sometimes that's easier said than done, but if you have a physician that is not supporting you in your health journey, that is probably not the right doctor for you. I know there's a lot of like tired doctors out there. Like we've obviously been through a few years of like medical crisis here on planet Earth, but there are still very caring doctors out there. And if you don't have one of those, you've got to go find one. So anyway, let me know where you're at in your journey down below. I appreciate you guys being here. Let me know if you have any questions. Please subscribe if you're new. I will continue periodically doing these updates here, so join me on the journey. All right, you guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.